Hello students, welcome to lecture number 6 of your group 13, 14 and 15 elements. If you all remember in the previous lecture what we had studied was some important structures like boron trichloride, then aluminium chloride, along with that you studied orthoboric acid and diborane. So in today's lecture what we are going to study some important compounds of group 13, 14 and 15 elements. So when I say talking about some important compounds, we are going to study in detail about borax, then silicon and ammonia. Means we are going to study one important compound from group 13, from 14 and 15. In today's lecture, we are going to study only two, that is borax and silicon. So starting with the very first, that is borax. When I say borax, we're going to study its preparation, its properties and uses. Same way we're going to do for silicon, we're going to study its preparation, properties and uses. So the first question, if I say borax, the molecular formula for borax is what? Na2B4O7.10H2O. Repeating it again, Na2B4O7.10H2O, which you have already studied in the ores of boron. Second, when I say borax, if you remember, I gave you the question, if I've discussed this, if you get a question in the exam like how many hydroxyl ions are linked to boron, so we can also have the general formula of borax in this way, Na2B4O5 OH4.8H2O. Now we are going to prepare borax from colmanite, and the raw materials used in this process are colmanite and sodium carbonate. सबसे पहले colmanite का formula क्या है? Ca2B6O11, Ca2B6O11, and we all know the formula for sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3. So we're going to prepare borax from colmanite and sodium carbonate. Colmanite Ca2B6O11, sodium carbonate Na2CO3. The condition in which we are going to prepare it is by heating, and the final product will be borax. We are going to have sodium metaborate and calcium carbonate. Borax, sodium metaborate and calcium carbonate. So you can put the heading as some important compounds. First, borax, write down the molecular formula, method of preparation, and condition is heating. So let's see the chemical reaction. First of all, as we said, we are going to prepare it from colmanite. Colmanite is what? Ca2B6O11, and we have sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. So this is how you're going to react. You're going to react, means you're going to do the reaction in heating process. Now the first product that you're going to get is borax. Here you're not going to get हाइड्रेटेड बोरैक्स, मींस वाटर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि आप हीट करके बनाए, तो आपको सिर्फ सॉल्ट मिलेगा. मींस यू आर गोइंग टू गेट Na2B4O7. सेकंड हमने बोला कि आपको मिलेगा सोडियम मेटाबोरेट और कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. लाइक यू कैन सी सोडियम कार्बोनेट डिवाइड हो रहा है और दो प्रोडक्ट दे रहा है. सोडियम एक चीज क्या देगा? सोडियम मेटाबोरेट, और कार्बोनेट क्या देगा? कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट. तो यू नो द फॉर्मूला फॉर कैल्शियम कार्बोनेट, CaCO3. Sodium metaborate, when I say, it is NaBO2. So this is what you get in the chemical reaction. Colmanite Ca2B6O11 plus sodium carbonate Na2CO3 will give Na2B4O7 borax plus sodium metaborate NaBO2 plus calcium carbonate CaCO3. You can write down this chemical reaction for preparation of borax from colmanite. Moving ahead with its properties, you can see when we talk about borax, we say borax is a white colored crystalline solid. We say it is a white crystalline solid, and talking about its solubility, we say it is less soluble in cold water but highly soluble in hot water. It can simply remember it is soluble in water, but the solubility is very high when you make the water hot. So here when we talk about reaction with water, borax Na2B4O7 जब पानी के साथ react करेगा तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? You can see water has H and OH. So Na will go with OH and give you NaOH, whereas B will go with H and it will form boric acid. So you can see we are having two products over here, sodium hydroxide, and we also have over here is boric acid. Now when I talk about this reaction, Na2B4O7 plus H2O giving you NaOH and H3BO3. NaOH is a strong base, whereas H3BO3 boric acid is a weak acid. If you remember, हमने जब boric acid का structure पढ़ा था तो मैंने बोला कि it is a weak monobasic Lewis acid. So it's a weak acid. So solution क्या रहेगा? क्योंकि एसिड बेस दोनों है, बट बेस जो है वो स्ट्रॉन्ग है, वी से द सोल्यूशन विल बी बेसिक, और वी कैन से इट इज अल्कलाइन इन नेचर. Because of this reason, because the aqueous solution of borax is strongly alkaline in nature, it is mostly used as a cleansing product for washing of utensils, clothes and all. You normally add borax powder to your cleansing agents. Moving ahead with the second chemical property that we have is the action of ethanol and sulfuric acid. When I say action of ethanol and sulfuric acid, we say reaction. Borax when reacts with ethanol and sulfuric acid. So first Na2B4O7 will react with water and I can say dilute sulfuric acid. So when we have an aqueous solution of borax, this borax solution, when you add sulfuric acid to it, what happens? Aqueous solution of borax when reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives you a salt. You know, Na will go with sulfate and gives you Na2SO4. And along with that, we also get is boric acid. Now, this sub solution that you get, that is boric acid, will now react with ethanol, C2H5OH. Now, you know, if you remember the structure of boric acid that we studied, BOH thrice can also be written. So here when I say B, we have OH from here, and from here also we have C2H5OH. So here they will be removing H and OH and you get is water molecule. So when water molecule is removed, boron will be linked to what? See, we have B, we have O and we have H over here. तो यहाँ से ये वाला H चला जाएगा, यहाँ से OH चला जाएगा. OH और H क्या फॉर्म करेगा? वाटर. तो यहाँ से जो तुम्हारा बॉन्ड टूटा है C2H5, ये O को लिंक करेगा. And in that way, boron is having 3 hydroxyl ions, OH, OH, OH. तो हर हाइड्रोक्सिल आयन से एक एक H जब टूटेगा तो वहां पे क्या अटैच हो जाएगा? C2H5. Means you'll actually have 3 ethyl groups instead of H. So in that way, when you react it, you get this B O C2H5 thrice. O C2H5 will be 3 times, and that is called as triethyl borate, and you'll get this water molecule. So you can put the second reaction, action of ethanol and sulfuric acid. When you take the aqueous solution of borax, that is Na2B4O7 plus H2O, H2SO4 क्या था? आपको सबसे पहले salt मिल जाएगा Na2SO4 और boric acid H3BO3. आपको चाहिए तो आप open करके भी लिख सकते हो BOH 3 times, and that will give you what? When it react with ethyl alcohol या ethanol, H और OH water दे देगा, जो C2H5 बचा है वो H की जगह अटैच हो जाएगा. तो what you get is triethyl borate, क्योंकि 3 ethyl है इसलिए triethyl borate. Now this triethyl borate, when you burn it in a flame, you can see it gets an apple green color. We normally say triethyl borate burns with a green edge flame. So you can write down this chemical reaction. Below that you can write down triethyl borate burns with a green flame. The third chemical property of boric acid, you can see, is borax bead test. Very important. This is a practical test which is mostly done in your laboratories in your 11th standard. When I say borax bead test, first we'll see how do we prepare borax. First of all, the formula for borax is what? Na2B4O7.10H2O. Now when you heat it, it will lose those water molecules and become Na2B4O7. This borax, when you heat it again, on heating, this borax gets converted to sodium metaborate and boron trioxide, that is B2O3. So sodium metaborate is NaBO2. If you remember, during the preparation also we got this as one of the byproduct. Sodium metaborate NaBO2 plus B2O3. ये जो मिक्सचर मिलता है इसको हम बोलते हैं बोरैक्स बीड. Now borax bead का use कहाँ है? As I said, it's a very important qualitative test. हम normally borax bead use करते हैं to detect the presence of transition elements. Normally transition elements को जब आप borax bead के साथ mix करोगे और उसको heat करोगे with the help of a Bunsen burner, तो Bunsen burner में जब burn करोगे तो it will give you a different color flame. The substance will burn with a different flame, and that will confirm the presence of transition elements. क्योंकि transition elements, when they are burned, they give you a specific color. So you can see borax bead when you mix it with cobalt oxide. Borax bead when you mix it with cobalt oxide, and when you burn it in the flame, it gives you blue color flame. So why do you get that blue color? Because the compound that is formed is cobalt borate, and cobalt borate on burning gives us blue color. So this is about borax bead test. Repeating again, we are taking Na2B4O7.10H2O, heat किया तो 10 water molecule चला गया Na2B4O7. Again heated, Na2B4O7 will give you sodium metaborate and boric oxide या बोरॉन ट्राइऑक्साइड, जिसको बोरिक एनहाइड्राइड भी बोलते हैं. So we have NaBO2 plus B2O3. Now this B2O3, that is your borax bead, will be taken and mixed with the metal oxide, mostly transition metal oxide, and this will give you a corresponding substance which on burning will give a color. So here we have cobalt borate, COBO2 twice, because valency of cobalt is 2. and it gives us blue color. So you can see we have taken a wire which is having a loop at the end, and this, when you burn in the Bunsen burner, the color changes on heating. So you can see it changes from white to blue. That is your third chemical property with respect to borax. Talking about the uses of borax. Borax, as we said, first of all, it can be used for making optical and hard glasses. If you might have remember, when we talk about the laboratory instruments, बहुत बार उस पर लिखा होता है borosilicate glass, means it is a mixture of borax and silicon. So borosilicate glass, normally when your optical instruments, like if I talk about these specs, they're also made up of borax. Moving ahead, in making enamels and paints for earthen pots. Normally, if you talk about earthen pots, you might have seen they have a glazing finish of whitish color or a brownish color. Or sometimes if you want to paint it with some other color, it can be used for making paints for earthen pot. We normally use it as a mild antiseptic in the preparation of medicinal soaps. You might have seen some medicinal soaps like Hamam, Medimix and all. They contain a small amount of boric acid. Borax can also be used as a food preservative. You use boric powder to add it to your grains so that they don't cause insecticide or insects or fungus don't attack into it. Last, we use it as a flux in soldering and welding, normally for joining two metals and all. And last, very important, as we studied, it is used in the qualitative analysis of borax bead test. So this is all with respect to uses of borax. So you have done preparation. First, we prepared it from colmanite and sodium carbonate, which gives you borax, sodium metaborate, and calcium carbonate. Then talking about the properties, we first studied its property, that is reaction with water. Second, we studied its reaction with ethanol and sulfuric acid. And third, we studied was borax bead test. And the last was uses. So as we are done with borax, we can move on to the last one, sorry, the second one, that is silicon. So we are now going to start with silicone or silicon. So you can see silicon belongs to group 14 element, and silicon when I say Si, and silicone when I say they are different compounds. Silicon is an element where silicon is a compound. So we say silicons are what? They are organosilicon compounds which contain repeating units, and they are held together by SiO-Si linkage. Silicones are synthetic organosilicon compounds. When I say synthetic and organosilicon, you can see they are synthetic, means they are man-made. Organosilicon, because they contain silicon, and along with that they're going to contain an alkyl group. Because they contain alkyl group, we call it as organosilicon. So we say silicons are synthetic organosilicon compounds which are containing repeating units which are held by SiO-Si linkage. Talking about the empirical formula, we have is R2SiO. As I said, they have linkage. It's like a polymeric structure. And therefore, we say the empirical formula is R2SiO, where R can be your methyl group or it can be a phenyl group, CH3 or C6H5. So you can see, as I said, they have SiO-Si linkage. And in this way, it is going to continue SiO, SiO. And all these silicons, you can see they are linked with an alkyl group. That alkyl group R can be a methyl or it can be a phenyl. So you can just remember the general structure of silicon, that is SiO, SiO-Si, and Si is linked to R. Si is linked to 2R. You can put the heading as silicon, write down its definition, empirical formula, and you can even draw the structure. So moving ahead, when we talk about silicons, we have different types of silicons. Now based on the length, we have short chain, we have medium chain, and we have long chain. Now when I say short chain, we say short chains are the ones which are liquid in nature. They are fluid. We say they are oily liquids. So short chain silicons are ones which are oily and, like I said, they are fluid in nature, liquids. Talking about medium chain, you can see medium chain, they are gel like substances. We say they are jellies, or even they can be in the form of greases. So types of silicon, when I say medium chain, they are viscous, jelly, and grease form. Long chain, as you can see, means more the length of the chain goes on increasing, it becomes hard like structure. We say, you can see it's like polymeric structure, and they are mostly in the form of rubber, elastomer, or resins. So you can write down types of silicon on the basis of length, short medium, long. Short, they are oily liquids. Medium, they are viscous liquids, jelly, and long chain, they are rubbery form or elastomers. Talking about the next, that is very important, we are going to study preparation of silicon. When I say preparation of silicon, we are going to prepare silicon in 3 different steps. The first step is called as chain initiation, means we are going to talk about the starting of the chain. Second, chain propagation, means we are going to increase the length of the chain. And third, chain termination, means stopping your chain. So beginning with the very first step, chain termination. Before that, you can put the heading as preparation of silicon, step 1, chain initiation. Now, when I said step 1, chain initiation, very important, we are going to react over here silicon with methyl chloride. Now, when I react silicon with methyl chloride, you know silicon, if you remember the general structure was SiO, SiO, and Si के ऊपर R था और नीचे R था, मतलब Si will have 2 linkages with methyl. You all know silicon belongs to group 14, that is carbon family. तो इसका valency 4 था. Oxidation state, if you remember, it was showing +4 as the stable state. तो silicon के ऊपर और नीचे methyl आएगा, right? Then you see, and इसके दोनों left, right hand left में side में silicon आ गया, chlorine आ गया, sorry. This you can see we have 2 methyl, if I will name it as dimethyl. 2 chlorine है, इसलिए डाइक्लोरो. पहले क्या आता है, क्लोरीन आता है या मिथाइल का, सी पहले आता है, तो विल नेम इट एज डाइक्लोरो डाइमिथाइल सिलेन. डाइक्लोरो डाइमिथाइल सिलेन. सिलिकॉन की जब वैलेंसी 4 यूटिलाइज होती है तो हम कंपाउंड्स को सिलेन बोलते हैं. सिमिलरली यू कैन हैव प्लम्बेन एंड ऑल. सो ओवर हियर व्हेन आई से दिस स्ट्रक्चर, यहाँ पे हमें क्लोरीन मिला है, मुझे क्लोरीन नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ऑक्सीजन चाहिए. तो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू रिएक्ट इट विद वाटर. When you react it with water, you know water में क्या है, H, and we also have is OH. तो H और Cl ये बाहर चला जाएगा और Cl की जगह यहाँ क्या अटैच हो जाएगा, OH. Therefore we are writing over here is what, addition of 2 water molecules and removal of 2 HCl molecules. मतलब यहाँ से भी Cl जाएगा, यहाँ से भी Cl जाएगा, and you'll have is what, OH instead of Cl. So when you get OH over there means you have dihydroxy now. ना आपके पास डाइहाइड्रोक्सी डाइमेथाइल है, तो H पहले आएगा या M पहले आएगा. So we know dihydroxy will have 2 OH group, first dihydroxy dimethyl. This is how your step 1 chain initiation. So when I say chain initiation, you can see we reacted silicon with methyl chloride. You can see silicon will form a product which is tetra in nature, 2 methyl, 2 chlorine, and chlorine की जगह हमें क्या चाहिए, OH. So you'll react it with water. So you have 2 water molecules reacting and 2 HCl molecules going out. You can put the first step as chain initiation. So next step 2 we are going to go is for chain propagation. When I say chain propagation means जो OH मिला था आपको उस chain को elongate करना है. So मतलब हमें जब chain elongate करना है मतलब हमें ऐसे बहुत सारे molecules को join करना होगा, and ऐसे बहुत सारे molecules जब join करेंगे तो आपको उनके बीच में linkage या तो condensation करना होगा या तो किसी तरह linkage develop करना है. तो you can see when you take 2 dihydroxy disilane molecules, what happens is dihydroxy dimethylsilane molecules, you can see we're going to remove water molecules, means we're going to join them by the process of condensation. So condensation के लिए अगर मैंने एक molecule से OH लिया है तो यहाँ से मैं H लूंगी. याद रखना है हर एक molecule water remove करेगा. तो you can see over here first वाले में से अगर मैंने यहाँ से OH लिया तो मैंने यहाँ से H लिया, water निकला. सेम मैंने यहाँ से H लिया है तो यहाँ से पूरा OH remove हो गया. So in this way, यहाँ से जब water remove होगा, Si will link to O and Si, and that is what you want in the structure. So you can see this is called as polymerization, where you are going to undergo the process of condensation. Means water molecule is removed, and because water molecule is removed, what you get is CH3, Si, OSi with 2 CH3 molecules. And you can see this structure can be repeated if you take n number of water molecules. So अगर यहाँ पे आपने n लिख दिया और सिर्फ आपने एक ही molecule लिखा, this under polymerization you can see this is giving you silicones, क्योंकि ये वाला जो part है Si ये हर molecule में बार बार repeat होगा, and जब बार बार repeat होगा तो we have written it as n. This is how your silicons are being formed. Silicon means your polymer prepare हो रहा है, but problem यहाँ पे क्या है कि ये chain तो कभी भी stop नहीं होगी. We need to stop it. So we need to talk about chain termination. So for the second step as step 2, chain propagation. Step 3 we are moving forward, that is chain termination. Now chain termination मतलब हम लोग का जो पॉलीमर का चेन है हमें उसे स्टॉप करना है. अब स्टॉप करने के लिए यू नो राइट हैंड साइड में यहाँ मॉलिक्यूल रिएक्शन फर्दर क्यों प्रोसीड करता है, क्योंकि उसके राइट में क्या है, उसके पास OH. OH जो है वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स रिमूव करता जाएगा एंड इन दिस वे योर प्रोसेस प्रोसीड्स. बट हमें ऐसा नहीं चाहिए, वी डोंट वांट द प्रोसेस टू प्रोसीड. तो हम लोग अब उसको जो मॉलिक्यूल को रिएक्ट करेंगे विद, वी से वी आर गोइंग टू ऐड अ टर्मिनेटिंग एजेंट. When I say terminating agent, we normally add is trichloromethylsilane. Sorry, it's chloromethylsilane, or you can say chlorotrimethylsilane. Trimethyl means we are going to have 3 methyl group and 1 chloro group to it, and this will stop the process. So you can see हमारा जो previous step में silicon बन रहा था वो ये molecule से बन रहा था, and you were having n number of molecules. So as I said, we are going to add is chlorotrimethylsilane. The general formula you can write down, chain termination, write down, it can be terminated by addition of an R3SiCl group. R3 means you have three alkyl groups. It can be a methyl, it can be a phenyl, and SiCl. So you can see over here, the structure that you get is this way. Silicon we have is 3 methyl and 1 chlorine. So now यहाँ पे जब reaction होगा, you can see H जो है Cl के साथ react कर सकता है. जब H Cl के साथ react करेगा, what happens is HCl can be removed and this link will join with this one. So ऐसे बहुत सारे, जैसे कि you can see I have written N over here. When I have written N over here, what does that indicate? कि जितने भी ये molecules हैं ये आपको polymer दे रहा है, बट ये चेन जो है elongate होते जा रही है. क्योंकि चेन elongate होते जा रही है, हमें उसको स्टॉप करना है. तो स्टॉप करने के लिए हमने क्या ऐड किया, ये. So this will give you your n number of molecules, will give you a silicon chain, and this will terminate your chain. So when it terminates, you can see ये वाला जो पार्ट है ये आपका सिलिकॉन रहेगा, एंड लास्ट वाले में सिर्फ अभी क्या हो गया कि अब से पहले जो आप फॉर्म करे तो ये O बना रहा था, बट यहाँ पे यू कैन सी व्हाट इज बीइंग फॉर्म्ड, यू हैव CH3. क्योंकि मिथाइल है, दिस मिथाइल वोंट बी एबल टू रिएक्ट फर्दर, एंड क्योंकि ये फर्दर रिएक्ट नहीं करेगा, योर चेन इज स्टॉप्ड. सो दिस इज योर फाइनल step, that is chain termination and preparation of silicon. So if you all have written the 3 steps, chain preparation, first of all chain initiation, chain propagation and chain termination, we are going to move to the last one, that is properties of silicons. So when we say properties of silicon, we say silicons are water repellent. Why? You can look at the structure over here. Silicons के ऊपर नीचे क्या है, methyl group. Methyl means it's a non-polar group. नॉन पोलार मतलब नॉन पोलार में डिसॉल्व होता है, वाटर में डिसॉल्व नहीं होगा क्योंकि वाटर पोलार है. इफ यू रिमेंबर द सिंपल स्टेटमेंट लाइक डिसॉल्व्स लाइक, because methyl group is non-polar, we say silicons are water repellent, they will not dissolve in water. एंड उसी तरह कि आप याद रख सकते हो क्योंकि वाटर रिपेलेंट है, हम उसका यूज भी वैसे ही चीजों में करेंगे. सेकेंड, वी से दे हैव वेरी हाई थर्मल स्टेबिलिटी, they can be used as very good electrical insulators, and they are resistant to oxidation and chemicals. Because of the presence of alkyl group, they cannot be oxidized very easily. So this is with respect to physical properties. You can write on first, water repellent, high thermal stability, good electrical insulators, and resistant to oxidation and chemicals. Moving to uses of silicon, as I said, they are water repellent. Water repellent means they can be used for preparing gloves or any clothing material which is resistant to water, मतलब water absorb नहीं करेगा. So that is why we say silicons are mostly used in textiles, and it is also used for preparing waterproof papers. You might have seen audios or videos, you might have seen videos where they show you they are taking colored fluid and they're dropping it in their shoes or on their clothes, and when they drop it, still the cloth is not getting wet, the shoes are not getting wet, the shoes are not getting dirty. So they are nothing but made up of silicons. That is of very first use. Second, you can see silicons, they can be used for making greases, lubricant and all. So we say silicons, they can be used as lubricants at high and even at low temperatures. You can see they can be used for sealants, for joining substances. So we say silicons are used as sealant, greases, and even as electrical insulator. And the last very important use of silicon is used in the plastic surgery. We normally say silicone implants. Silicone implants, you can see normally facial surgery and all that can be used. So we say silicone because of its biocompatibility with the human skin. It plays a very important role in the surgical and cosmetic things. This is all about uses of silicone. So you can write down the uses. We are done with preparation, we are done with properties, we are done with uses. Let's see some of the MCQs. The third compound, that is ammonia, we are going to study that in the next class. Very first, in borax bead test, which compound is formed? Orthoborate, double oxide, metaborate, and tetraborate. If you remember borax bead test, Na2B4O7.10H2 हीट किया तो Na2B4O7 मिला, जिसको फर्दर हीट किया तो NaBO2 प्लस B2O3. B2O3 को हम डबल ऑक्साइड तो नहीं बोल सकते, वॉज अ ट्राई ऑक्साइड, एंड मेटाबोरेट हमें मिला. सो यस, द करेक्ट आंसर इज सी, मेटाबोरेट. Second question, the color imparted to cobalt plus 2 in borax bead test is, we saw when you take borax bead test with cobalt oxide, it forms cobalt borate. So cobalt borate का color क्या मिला था? It was blue in color. Apple green किसका था? Triethyl borate, when borax reacted with sulfuric acid and then with ethanol. Second, silicons are hydrophobic in nature. Reason, SiO-Si linkages are moisture sensitive. You can see assertion means ये statement दिया है, and second जो है हमें reason दिया है. तो हमें 4 statements मिलते हैं ऐसे type के questions में. First, you can see both of them are true and reason is a correct explanation. Second, both assertion and reason are true. दोनों statement सही हैं, but जो reason है वो उसके लिए matching नहीं है. Both of them are, first is true, second is false, or both of them are false. When I say silicons are hydrophobic in nature, hydrophobic, phobic matlab fear, hydro means water से fear, matlab water loving है या water repellent है. We know silicons are water repellent in nature, तो statement सही है. SiO-Si linkages are moisture sensitive. मॉइस्चर सेंसिटिव मतलब क्या? मतलब पानी को ऑब्जॉर्ब नहीं करते. यस, SiO-Si पे हमने देखा था आर ग्रुप है, अल्काइल ग्रुप. अल्काइल क्या है? नॉन पोलर, एंड नॉन पोलर है तो पानी में डिसॉल्व नहीं होता है, तो इट इज मॉइस्चर सेंसिटिव. तो रीजन भी सही है. वी कैन से बोथ द स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू एंड द रीजन इज द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ assertion. So you can see assertion is true but reason is false. यहाँ पे SiO-Si लिंकेज मॉइस्चर सेंसिटिव नहीं आना चाहिए था. क्या आना चाहिए था? पूरा रिंग, कि ये R जो है वो मॉइस्चर सेंसिटिव है. So therefore this is not the correct answer. Means we can go for assertion is true but the reason is not correct. Second, the number of OH units directly linked to boron atom in boraxes. If you remember the formula for this, I gave you the formula Na2B4O5. We have OH 4 times dot 8H2O. So from this formula, we can simply link that hydroxyl ions. How many hydroxyl ions or units are linked to boron? We have 4. This will be the correct answer. Yes. Next we have is borax is used as a cleansing agent because dissolving in water it gives. Yes, we studied this. Borax तो जब आप पानी में डालोगे Na2B4O7 plus H2O will give you NaOH and H3BO3. NaOH strong base था, H3BO3 weak base था. तो strong base or weak acid, the solution becomes basic. We say it's alkaline solution. Yeah. Moving to the next question. For which of the following minerals the composition given is incorrect? सोडा एश Na2CO3. यस, हमने देखा था सोडा एश इज सोडियम कार्बोनेट. कॉल्मेनाइट Ca2B6O11 इज करेक्ट. बोरैक्स Na2B4O7.8H2O नहीं, Na2B4O7.10H2O है. सिलिकॉन CH3 2SiO. सिलिकॉन यस R2SiO जनरल फॉर्मूला था. सो C बोरैक्स इज द इनकरेक्ट वन. Colored cations can be identified by borax bead test. Colored cations can be identified by borax B test. Yes, हमने देखा कोबाल्ट जो था कलर था तो हम उसको आइडेंटिफाई कर सके. ट्रांसपेरेंट बीड NaBO2 plus B2O3 forms colored bead with colored cation. Yes, we saw कि बोरैक्स बी का कलर वाइट था एंड उसको अगर हम लोग कोबाल्ट के साथ मिक्स करते हैं तो वो कलर्ड बीड फॉर्म करता है. Yeah, blue color का on heating we get. So which one will be the correct answer from here? Yes, assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the statement. The chain growth of polymer can be controlled by. अगर हम लोगों को सिलिकॉन पॉलीमर का चेन ग्रोथ कंट्रोल करना है तो फिर मैं वी टोल्ड क्लोरोमिथाइल सिलेन. क्लोरो में कौन सा मिथाइल होना चाहिए, मैंने बताया ट्राइमिथाइल. सो क्लोरो ट्राइमिथाइल सिलेन मतलब हमारा क्लोरीन एक टाइम था, CH3 3 times and silicon. So the general formula of that polymer that can be stopped will be R3SiCl, this one. Let's check. Yes, it's correct. So this way we have studied all your important compounds. The first one that we studied was borax and second we studied was silicon. We have studied their preparation, properties and uses. So in the next class we are going to study about ammonia in detail. Till then, have a nice day.